Y'all motherfuckers ready for some reading? Conversations with the Khan, Part 8. Khotun senses a potential rift forming between the ghost and Lord Shimura. While I expressed doubt, he assured me the Empire has had long experience with such proud warriors. He said to me, Daizo, there is nothing easier than to prey upon the vanity of ambitious men. People say my grandfather, Genghis Khan, conquered the world because his armies were stronger, faster, and more ruthless than those who opposed him. Nonsense. Ruthless men make war everywhere. Genghis knew how to befriend enemies and turn his enemies against one another. This is what Lord Shimura and his nephew do not grasp yet, but I will teach them. May Canon grant mercy to anyone who opposes this man. I cannot imagine the burden a leader like Khotun Khan must bear. In an act of utter barbarity, the ghost poisoned the Khan's men at Castle Shimura. Far from deterring the Khan, the act spurred him to develop these poisons for his own use. He tells me this is one of the secrets of the Empire's success, embracing rather than rejecting or dominating, and the might and knowledge of their antagonists. Then yesterday I saw what he had done to the people of Qin. I don't know that I'll ever recover from that sight. I don't know what I think of Khotun. Perhaps great men share all the aspects of their lessers, but more. Great wisdom, but even greater cruelty. Then probably got some artifacts to go through. Dishware and pottery. While ceramics and pottery are well-known products of China, these fragile materials are ill-suited for the Mongols' nomadic lifestyle. Containers traditionally used by the Mongols are made from wood, metal, and leather. Gunpowder. Derived from Chinese firearms and gunpowder weapons, Mongol cannons and bombs are a core component of their arsenal, an illustration of gunpowder warfare in action. The Mongol invasion of Japan showcases many well-documented examples of explosive bombs. Hide. Leather and hides are used by the Mongols for a variety of applications, everything from straps, string in baskets, to boots, saddle flaps, and even painted wall art are fabricated from the material. Ongun. In traditional Mongol mythologies, it is believed that after death, all shamans become wandering spirits, or ongun. It is customary to construct consecrated idols within 3 years of a shaman's death, and place them in the home ongun, or in outdoor shelters, field ongun. Wow, I've got a bunch of these, don't I? That are new. Mongol spear. Cheaper and easier to produce than other metal weapons, spears and lances have become the weapon of choice for lower-class soldiers and new recruits. Providing ample utility as a ranged weapon for foot soldiers, mounted shock cavalry are also able to wield lances, sometimes tipped with hooks and snares, to great effect while charging. Mongolian coins. Genghis Khan authorized the use of paper currency near the end of his reign, but many areas of the empire continue to use coins for investment and trade. Under Mongol Khan, a universal measure for currency based on the suke, or silver ingot, was implemented. Foreign subjects of the empire are still allowed to mint coins in the denominations and weights they traditionally use. Mongol helmet. A heavier variant of the basic headgear worn by Mongol warriors, the Mongol helmet is predominantly from iron and hardened leather. Traditionally fashioned to the shape of a rounded cone, it includes ear flaps and a lamellar neck guard for greater freedom of movement. For added warmth and comfort, fur is used in the lining and trim of the helmet. Ovu. A feature of Mongol folk religious practices, the ovu is a sacred stone heap typically used as an altar or shrine. The rock formation sometimes includes a stick, to which worshippers tie a blue ceremonial scarf, known as a kadag, that symbolizes the open sky of Tengri, or Tenge, chief god of the Mongol people. I'm definitely just going with my first attempt on every pronunciation and moving on, because I don't know, and there's too many words. Kubshe. Initially, a kind of levy imposed by Mongol rulers on the flocks and herds of the semi-nomadic subjects, Kubshe has become the basis for taxation throughout Mongol Empire. Under this system, Mongols in a military campaign are not paid, but instead required to make payments to their immediate commanders. This practice motivates the plunder of conquered areas so that troops earn enough for themselves while meeting the demands of their superiors. Fire Lance. The Fire Lance first appeared as a small gunpowder pyrotechnic device attached to a spear in order to shock opponents at the start of melee engagements. With successive advances over the past 300 to 400 years, the pyrotechnic device has become more powerful. Current Fire Lances dispense with the spear tip, instead discharging flame, debris, and pellets at a range of about 10 feet. Mahakala Mask. Revered in Buddhism as a guardian deity, Mahakala is depicted in many forms, though most often as an imposing presence with a black face, 3 eyes, and a crown of 5 skulls. Believed to represent the transmutation of negative afflictions, the 5 kleshas, into the 5 wisdoms. Mahakala's incorporation into Mongolian shamanistic rituals is just one example of the impact Tibetan Buddhism has had on the nomadic tribes of the Asian steppes. I think we're done. Yep. They were all kind of bunched in the middle there. 32 out of 50, making some progress there. Big progress all around. We're halfway done with the banners. Probably about as far as we're going to get at this point. But got like half the records. Only 5 crickets still. They're hard to find. Doop. Then exploration-wise, there's 2 springs out there and 1 bamboo strike and 2 shrines and 2 lighthouses out there somewhere. 4 haikus, 6 Inari shrines. But by and large, most of everything's done, and that's because the map looks like this now. Big thing is I did all of the liberations. There's 1 left, which I assume is story. As far as the ones, because there was 4 places they want me to go to get that 1 armor set. They were just normal places. 2 of them ended in boss fights, but they were boss fights that I ended ruthlessly and instantly because I was so mindlessly and easily just wiping out everybody else with stealth attacks that when the boss attacked me at the end, I would press R1 and L1 at the same time and then do that flurry of 3 quick attacks. Then I would press L1 and R1 again and do the flurry of 3 attacks again. And usually that was probably about as many of the resolves I had left over. But then I also would have, in both cases, I had the demon meter filled up in the bottom right corner. So then after that, I would just go red, and I would just finish the boss that way. So I didn't even really have to engage with either of the bosses. Of the 4 locations, 2 of them ended in boss fights, and 2 of them did not. Most of them, there were just very, very, very long engagements with saving hostages. Like, I think around here, you'd had to save, like, 3 hostages, and around here, you had to save, like, 5. And I think there was cases up here where I had to save, like, 7 hostages, which means you fight and kill every single enemy in the surrounding area, then walk up to the guy and hit R2 to free him, and then he's like, thank you, and he runs away. These frankly, got grueling. These settlements were fucking long. I think I played this game for like 6 hours yesterday off camera, just doing these settlements and whatever question marks were revealed along the way, mainly in the surrounding poof that comes out around each one. As far as my own personal goals of filling out the map eventually, I'll probably just wait until the story lets me liberate the last location, because then the map will fill in, and then I'll know where like the last 1 or 2 things of each category are. Anyway, I think the game. I just read that the. Yeah, there he is. They were telling me there's more monk saddles because of the banners. So might as well check in there. But yeah, this is disappointingly, this has been a pretty flat experience. I know I've said that a lot already, but that really has been the word that describes how I feel about overall this entire game. Like, you keep unlocking new zones, and it keeps not making the game more interesting. There we go. I had the wrong thing on, because I had the Traveler set on. Like, this whole new region each time they just add one new thing, basically. So Region 2 added the Straw Hats became an enemy. So the Ronin were like a new, differently lethal enemy. Not really a very different feeling enemy mechanically, because they were just swordsmen, but they were like aggressive and whatnot. So they were like more lethal than the other ones were. But they didn't really change things up that much. There was a couple of weirder additions that came out over time. They had the guy with the exploding stick, which we just read the item of a minute ago. The fire stick thing. And then there was a guy that would throw bombs every now and then, although that was so avoidable, it didn't really matter that much. In the new zone, the primary change is that the archers might have poisoned arrows, and you can only get rid of the poison by healing. Otherwise, your screen's all blurry and you move slow, and eventually you stop to throw up, and people will like start stabbing you when that happens. So, admittedly, that mechanic got very annoying over the course of me clearing the map, but that's the primary change in the new region, is that they have poison now, which is what they established as it came in.
志村様の噂を耳にいたしました。あの方が生きていらっしゃることは残された者の望みになります。
志村家の先祖はもともと領地を持たぬ貧しい武家の出だったらしい。公家原という武士の老頭で、その頃対馬を治めていた賊の一味の討伐に加わった。公家原家の子息はその戦で亡くなり、そのため志村家の当主が婿として迎えられた。そして公家原様の死後、領地を引き継いだと聞くな。
いかなる大木も初めは小さな種なのですね。教えてくださりありがとうございました。感謝の印としてこちらをお納めください。お達者で。
I think that's it for now. So unfortunately, aside from the change of the new poison arrows, there just isn't a lot new going on mechanically. So like these 15 settlements in the final zone don't feel that different from the 20 or whatever settlements that were in the first zone. It's just that if you have to save peasants, there's way more peasants now, and if you have to kill a bunch of dudes, there's just way more dudes now. Like each one just takes way longer. Sometimes they're not even necessarily more dense and more difficult. In many cases, it's just that the encampments are fucking massive. But as we've established, when you fight a particular node of enemies within a base, it's functionally in a vacuum and is separated from all of the other nodes of that base. Like, each base you attack in this game is divided into like 3 or 5 or 7 different zones, even though there's not visible delineations between each zone and themselves. Just because you can tell, because all the enemies around you, like even when the alarm blows, like you only really have to fight the local dudes that are around that one peasant, basically, and everyone else just won't notice that anything's going on. So it's like you just have to fight a whole bunch of different settlements. I think that's part of why fighting bigger settlements doesn't feel any different from fighting smaller settlements while they continue to escalate over the course of this game, is because the encounters are still basically just one node at a time. It's just a longer string of nodes that you have to clear in order to beat a base, because they still are a bunch of segmented chunks that don't interact with each other, all the way down to the alarm being blown not mattering if you kill the people of that area.
もうこの手に渡ることは二度とない。師匠の仇は取ったぞ。
これで師匠の鎧をめぐって傷つく者は現れないのですね。ですがあと一度だけでも教えを受けたかった。
お主が教えればよい。
そうですね。わしも弟子を取り、師匠の技が後の世まで受け継がれるようにいたします。
Whoa. Feeling like a trader right about now. Wearing this with his equipment. I feel like yeah, this is a bad idea. Yeah, it was designed to be worn by Khotun Khan. This seems like a really good way to get murdered by your own allies. Even he's not comfortable with it. He's like, what the fuck am I doing wearing Mongol armor? And yes, why? Why? Next time we get into a war, you're gonna get killed by your own allies. What a stupid idea. Major increase to health, reduces damage by a major amount, whatever that means. Disguises you while out of combat, massively reducing Mongol detection speed. Oh, that's neat. So it's like a culmination of the ghost idea. And it looks kind of neat-ish. But it's such a bad idea to be wearing the enemy's armor, basically. Also, I've got my own look that I like. Maybe the mask? No, it does not look good without the context. Nasu Baba's Wrath. Guardian Scowl, the broken face. It's a neat look. Sakai mask? There we go. Daddy!
お侍様、佐賀の村で妙なことがあるようです。
もうこか。
わかりません。村の人は追い詰められたような顔をしているのですが、気にするなというばかりで。
厄介事が起きておるようだな。調べてみよう。
Yeah, it's probably not good news. I am thankful for this rumor system where people explain to you that quests exist around the map. Just because they could be anywhere. So it's kind of a somewhat organic way of always making sure you have, like, a quest hanging out around there somewhere on the map, even if you haven't quite located it yet. Like these guys. But this is here, so I'm obviously very interested in that. So top priority right now is definitely the next and final, I think, mythic item. Mythic ability, Flaming Sword. So I guess that's the equivalent of, whoop. Like, all these mythic abilities have actually really powered me up. These are the most important upgrades in the game so far. Because that's my big triangle circle ability that breaks people's guards. And then my other ability that is like the 3 resolve version of that, where you do, it's like a mini version of my clicking right both sticks with a full meter thing. And I don't remember what the other one was, because I have 3 now, and I don't remember the 3rd one.
火はつきそうか。
残念ながらこの濡れた薪と凍えた手では。
変わろう。
Oh, I'm not supposed to think about it.
これほど寒いとは。暖かいところへ行け。
そういたします。ですが今は火を囲み、この山の言い伝えをお聞きあれ。
Dude, there's a settlement like right down that hill.
ある年に穂村天から上学の山の峰ぞ落ちけるに、有識者の府上学の崖を登りて穂村堤市岩尾を見いずる。刃で穂村振らるれば、穂村は鋼包めども小野神はこともなし。暗示出したるその技を穂村の剣と名付けたり、岩尾のかけらを切り出して渡りたるは唐の国。これいずこより来たるかと僧侶博士に尋ねたり、旅を続けていくとせか、またも穂村の落ちぬれば、もののふ民に恐るるなかれと説き聞かす。穂村の剣は天よりの授かり物と信ずれば、もののふこれを隠さず望む者に伝えり。師から弟子へと伝えられ、ただ猛虎のみ技を継ぎ、対馬の民をなで切りに。されど 噂の聞こえるは上岳山の頂で穂村は待てり勇者来たらん。
お主、話の真偽を知るために山を登るのか。
めっそうもない。ですが浪人に語り聞かせたところ山に向かったようで光栄心でおらぬとよいのですが。
山が隠し持つ秘密を探ろう。
Am I going to learn how to deal with it, or am I going to have to come back later, I wonder? Because as it turns out, the cold is a mechanic. I'm not sure how much it comes up, but I think it's when I was grabbing this weapon here. The cold fucking kills you! I think it might just be this mountain. We'll see. Let's find out if I just die or what. I don't know if I need to come back with better gear or something. I think in terms of like Zelda, basically. Breath of the Wild had like environmental mechanics with hot and cold, where you needed certain gear in order to survive certain environments. Yep. I'm starting to freeze over right now. Can I fix that with the Mongol commander gear? No. No, I cannot. I thought that might be environmental related gear. I can't see. I think I'm gonna die. Oh. Did I just wander back out of the cold zone? I guess so. I think I'm supposed to take that bridge back there, actually. Does the quest give me any context? Kind of a catch-22 or cart before the horse sort of situation where, like, if I had the unyielding flame, I could ascend the mountain because I could heat myself on the way there. But without the unyielding flame, I'm not actually sure how to get up the mountain. Your horse actually won't take you up. Once you get to the area where it's too cold, your horse will stop moving. Can you start fires? I feel like they tutorialized this in the intro. You had to light that guy's fire. It's like, see, that's how you protect yourself from the cold. You light fires. But how do you find fires? Especially now when I can't see anything. Maybe there's like a particular path I'm supposed to take, but this area is so open that I can't really tell. Womp womp. Alright, where am I? Let's go back to the bridge. Funnily enough, having a waypoint creates wind, which feels like it's counterproductive to my efforts to not freeze to death. That's my track location. Here's the bridge. Is it a dog? Oh god, not friend. Cover yourself in dog hide, quickly. Dude, there's enemies around here. What's up with that? Dude, I got other shit to deal with. Oh, there's a fire. I'm not sure I get this quest. Was I supposed to be able to maybe you can oh, hey. Okay. I don't know how possible it was to spot that fire before, but I can see the next one at least. Fuck you. Oh. Why is this place gonna be full of dogs I have to murder? Okay. I found the path of the quest. Fuck. It's upstairs, isn't it? God, I can't see. Where can I climb? Oh, I fell in a place. What a grade A game. Okay. I can't see. I so can't see. The whole screen's blurry and covered in garbage. Where'd that fire go? I saw it a second ago. Yeah, it's up there. How do I get up there? I really wish I could see the handholds. Oh, there we go. God damn it. God damn it. This fucking blurry garbage. It's like the most simple, linear, fucking straightforward quest of just run to the goal and climb the places. But they make the shit Why did you fall? I didn't press anything. That was weird. There's just this fucking cold filter on the screen. You can't see the handholds because they're not that. They don't stand out that much. Not when you blur the screen. Alright, so it's right here. Quickly. He's trying to face the enemy somewhere. Oh god, there's a lot. I don't know where the next fire is. Hopefully it's right up there. Fuck. Oh, I don't like this comboing dogs to death. God. Stop it. Why are the wild dogs of the mountains the same breed that the Mongols use, that they presumably brought here? Are these all abandoned Mongol dogs? But this is the area I haven't been in yet. I just got here. Hey! He must be the other guy. So did you bring that tent all the way up here yourself, or did you just kind of find it? This looks like a path. I don't see a fire. Guess I'll find out the hard way. Yeah, this, like level design wise, this looks like the place you would go, but it's kind of a leap of faith. So the other ones were lit because he did them. Now I'm ahead of the other guy. I'm gonna beat him to his goal. Thanks for the help, buddy, but also fuck you, I'm taking it. My health at? curiosity is no match for this cold. I have questions, but the answer the peak holds will never be mine. I shall return home empty-handed. Whip. Who installed these? The people have made it this far, at least. Jump correctly. There we go. The peak looms over. Death's shadow embraces me. Hand in hand we walk. It does remind me of the, like, the deaths. Oh, that's not good. It reminds me of the death spirits of the ice from one of the Pillars of Eternity stories. Why did you fall? Can you tell I don't love playing the shrines in this game, which are entirely platforming? The platforming is just so unrefined. It doesn't really stand up to any scrutiny. It's really low quality. I never really trust it to not just fuck me. Ah, Jesus Christ! Alright, bye! Goodbye, Burr. I'm in a hurry. Need to figure out which is the right way. Okay, he can't do that jump. Shrine? Those are fires, just kind of huddle up on those. Oh, I guess we're good now.
Sakai Jinだ。よもやここに人がおるとは。
頂に着いたのはあなたが初。ホムラの剣をお探しですかな。
猛虎が火をまとった武具を使っておるのだが。
それは我が祖先から賜った贈り物でしょう。
俺にも授けてくれ。お主の武芸の何たるか猛虎に見せつけてやる。
小石を拾った後に私と手合わせしていただきます。さすればホムラの剣を伝授いたしましょう。
Wow, there's somebody already up here. Pick up the rock. What's up here? This guy's just been sitting here in full armor, waiting for somebody to one day make their way up here. For how long? This is my moment. I've been preparing for this for my entire life. Greeting. Ah, fuck. I said it wrong. Can we start over? Oh, this is the rock? The one that was supposed to have fallen from the sky and is perpetually on fire? Oh, don't I have no resolve because of all the freezing that took it out? Uh-oh.
その石を太刀に打ちつけてください。立ちなさい。炎に身を捧げる。そう、お上手。
That gave me no resolve. It's unfortunate.
さて、ここまでといたしましょう。
そうか、殺し合わずに済んで安心いたした。対馬にあだなす者に使うことにしよう。
無事に得得したからといって天からの授かり物であること忘れてはなりませんぞ。
Oh, it's a ghost weapon. There we go. Well, there we go. One more added to the map. List. It says my next objective is to descend. Well, I can do that really easily. Ta-da! I'll get to you in a moment, sir. You're conveniently right at the warp point. The musician should be just right at the top of this ridge. So now it's time to more or less wrap things up. This was the last mystic thing, I think. And then we're going to do the final part of each person's storyline, and then we'll do the final part of the storyline. I think this final zone was actually like 80% optional content.
火は操れるものではありません。何卒陰陽を焼かれませぬように。
炎に包まれるのは猛虎のみだ。
But boom! I'm sure it's just a... It might... Well, I don't know. I'm not sure. But it may just be a translation problem. But... Although this is an English written game. But the ideas might still be translated. But there's just so much like... The way of the bow. The way of the flame. And so on. And there's just something... There's part of it that was just kind of amusing to me when they're like... And he called this ability the Way of the Flame. And I'm like, wow, what a name. Fucking knocking it out of the park, brah. Spent all day thinking on that idea. After much deliberation, I've decided I will call my new technique, where I use flame, the Way of the Flame. What an incredible name! Oh, this is why you're the master.
Sakai. 話がある。お主の年の頃、わしは次の長尾忠頼と言われておった。
先生ならば当然でしょう。
政治を抜かすな。腕がいいだけだ。
先生には感謝しております。
かつてわしは鍛錬に明け暮れ、家族を持ついとまもなくてな。巴を後継ぎにしたかったが、あやつの所業は許せなかった。
お察しします。
わしは弓に生涯を捧げ、弓はわしの名を世に広めた。だが弓は所詮武具よ。 家族を持てばよかった。
先生、
わしのようになるな。クロードに飲まれてはならんぞ。巴は神館におる。猛虎を率いて名声を得ようと駆け回っておるわ。
ならば必ず捕らえましょう。
捕らえて始末をつけねばな。
Let's go find her. At long last, that's very far away. I think this is probably my best spot. Cut off at least half the distance. I don't even notice the... I'm gonna be honest, I don't even notice the Mongol leaders amongst the crowds anymore. I think they're still there. Every now and then I see somebody practicing, and I think that's supposed to be a Mongol leader, but they're not. They don't come across as any more difficult to defeat than anyone else. I could be wrong, but I think the biggest hint that somebody is supposed to be a Mongol leader, besides, you know, very rare cases where they are a boss fight, but that's really rare. They usually don't do that. There's only been like 4 of those, I think, with the random leaders. The first one, and a couple recently. I think whenever you slaughter someone, that's a Mongol leader. Because if you do a sneak attack on somebody, then you just attack them. Sneak attacks just attack people, and you just kill people all the time in one hit, and it's really normal. But every now and then it's like, slaughter, and you decapitate somebody really dramatically. And I'm like, I think that's a Mongol leader. I think it's supposed to be a really big deal that you just did that. But it's ultimately just like another rando that you one-shot. Ooh. Has she turned on the Mongols now? Is Tomoe gonna have a redemption arc? Supposed to notice something. But I'm not sure what it is. Oh, the tree over here. I was looking at the ground.
犯人は島のものだ。おそらく集団。先生ならば話は別だが。
ご無礼をいたしました。
俺に忍び寄るのは進めんぞ。
ここの猛虎を殺した者のお仲間かと。その方は侍で年老いた弓取りでした。
石川先生だ。どこにおる？
確か1日か2日で我が家に戻るはずです。
そなたの家に？
飯も暖もありますので。何の御用か存じませんが、下級のご様子でした。
巴の足取りがつかめたのか。家はどこだ？
この近く。じきに吹雪くので、まず私の罠を調べ、それからお連れします。
よし、共に行こう。名は何と？
松と申します。
So Ishikawa's already been here. Makes sense. Tomoe it wouldn't make sense to have a redemption arc with her because she's been too overtly cruel. Like executing that one woman.
先生から何か聞いたのか？
いいえ、何も。無口なお方なので。
相変わらずか。
まさかお侍にお会いできるなんて。
戦は思わぬ縁を生むな。
これを機にぜひともお伺いしたいことが。
申してみろ。
人の生き死にを左右できるお力を得られてどのようなご気分？
重い責が伴う。
密かにお楽しみでは？
俺が化け物ならばな。
それは意外なお答えでした。
Wait, I think Matsu is Tomoe. I think she's faking it.
私の罠です。
I'm trying to remember. Did Mike, has Jin ever seen her face that close?
体仕掛け直します。
そなた狩りをしてはどうだ。
狩りだなんて私にはとても。
では餌を変えてみろ。
そのつもりはありません。
餌は何だ。
獲物をその気にさせるだけ。
それは愉快。男でも釣る気か。
次を見に行きましょう。
She laughed because this is bait. She might have already captured Ishikawa.
北の暮らしは辛そうだな。
どこも同じ。私は南から逃れてきました。
連れは。
父も母も幼い頃に。以来一人で生きています。あなたは立派なお生まれでしょう。
志村殿の甥いだ。
志村？まさかあなたが噂のクロード？あ、でももののけのごとき背の丈だったはず。
嘘だ。猛虎をたばかるためのな。
それはつまり大げさな話を広めたということですか？
勝つためなら卑しき真似もせざるを得なかった。
誰もがそう。
I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. I totally think that that's the twist. Oh, this guy's here. Someone's already at your snares.
獲物が取られる。追い払ってください。早く。
任せろ。飢えておるな。お主ら。
どうか見逃してください。
人の獲物だろ。
お許しを。ひもじくてつい。もう何日も木の皮しか食っとらんのです。
持っていけ。
ありがとうございます。
逃がしたのですか？獲物まで。
飢えた島民だ。敵ではない。
噂とは別人のようです。
全てが誠ではないぞ。じきに空が荒れる。罠は残りいくつだ。
あと一つ。でも少し遠くに。
Where were you? This ninja horse is my guardian, always ready to arrive at any moment.
問うてばかりで失礼でしょうが、クロードと呼ばれるお気持ちは？
噂は所詮噂。仲間がおらねばとうに死んでおる。
謙遜なさらずとも。
これまで生き延びたのも足立家の僧侶や野党のおかげだ。皆の働きは語られぬが感謝しておる。
Although you are cartoonishly capable.
そなたの家へ急ぐぞ。
最後の罠はもう少し先にあります。あれです。何か取れてるかも。
There's just randomly a crate on the beach? To catch squirrels? Or what?
取れたのだな。
これで飢え死にせずに済みそうです。
Is it crab?
何を見ておる。
本土。猛虎も戦もない地。あそこなら生き直せる。
本土へ渡れたとしたら何をする。
京都で小さな宿を開きたい。古都でも習って雅な着物を着た人たちがとめどなく泊まりに来て、下男が金を巻き上げる。
京都が大騒ぎになるな。吹雪そうだ。行こ
う。先生がお待ちでしょうからね。
She wants to go to the mainland to start over. She's totally Tomoe. She even admits to a criminal streak. It'll be bizarre if that's not who she is.
どうか離れずに。
それならば俺の後ろに乗ってはどうだ。
今なんと？
気にするな、急げ。
This is weirdly potentially the most Last of Us-y quest in the entirety of the game. There's some parallels here. If this is going where I think it's going. Whoop! Hey, dickheads. Whee! Oopsie. Whoop. Ah. Was that another one? I heard a voice.
お優しい方だと思いましたが、先の戦いではまるで。
島のためなら鬼にもなろう。
私たちは辛い過去を背負い、心に闇を抱えています。そうでなければ生きられない。
先生も似たようなことをおっしゃったが、お前が言うと自然に聞こえるな、友え。
先生曰く私は敵を見くびる癖があると。
俺を殺そうとしなかったな。なぜだ。
猛虎に裏切られたの。
技を盗まれた挙句に捨てられたか。
抗っては見たものの、旧兵を全て倒すなど無理だった。
つまり助太刀がいるのだな。だが我らで十分。
どこが狙われるか知りたいでしょ。3人で奇襲を仕掛け撃ち滅ぼせば私の気も晴れる。
先生のお気持ちを聞かねば。
ジン、止まっていってよ。
いや、友え、すまんな。
I'm glad Jin figured it out. It just seemed way too clear what was happening there. But so often protagonists just don't put together what's happening like right in front of them. But it wasn't a trap. Or at least not yet. It could still be a trap, because she could be leading us into a trap. But it isn't a trap at the moment. The question is, how is Ishikawa going to respond to the idea of potentially allying with the person that he's been hunting this whole time? Probably not well. Although he is racked with regret for this whole thing.
Sakai, 守備はどうだ？
知らせがあります。北の上学で巴と話しました。猛虎に裏切られたそうです。
目の前におってなぜ生かしておいたのだ。
旧兵が先陣を敷いております。 巴は共に一掃したいと。
隙をついてわしらの首をはねるつもりかもしれん。
殺そうと思えばいつでも私を射抜けました。
あやつを信じて報われた試しなどないがな。
信じておりません。なれど我らも巴も助力を必要としています。
乗ってやるとするか。肩をつけてやる。
ごきげんよろしゅう。
Not a fan. What a surprise. Alright. Well, then I guess we'll see what happens next.